Hello, in this video series, I'll be examining Reid Olson as an influencer. In this first video, I'll look at his constant claims of being broke and shut them down.
Maybe not now because I'm broke, but
We dropped this chicken, but we still ate the whole thing because we're too broke to waste.
One of the worst parts about being broke is budget traveling because you have to get up at like 5 a.m. and then you have to do like layover flights on Spirit Airlines and you're broke as fuck.
In these clips, he's shown traveling and throwing food around. Many people don't get the option to travel around, and I know that many others don't feel comfortable throwing chicken due to monetary concerns. First, we will look at his work experience as it's seen, then we'll examine his college experience, his travels, and his use of funds to improve as an influencer. Finally, I will look a bit closer at how his use of funds in conjunction with how he treats his family members resembles a specific type of religious behavior. So Reid's mother owns an ice cream parlor called Screaming Mimi's. According to her website, she took up making ice cream as a hobby in order to feel the nostalgia that she had as a young girl on the East Coast. She eventually made a flavor called Mimi's Mud that was a hit and opened up shop in 1995 after researching how to work things. Her husband Kurt joined her, as well as her sons Carter and Reid. This is the only paid job that he has had before.
My parents own a business. It's a little ice cream parlor. And I worked there since I was 9. All the money in my bank is actually from me working there.
In another video of him giving customer service advice, he directly explains that he worked at the ice cream parlor. He even mentions making cash tips from customers.
I've worked with people who didn't say thank you when they credit card tipped. I've had people who only say thank you if the tip is above a certain amount. Get over yourself. I'm all for tipping. You tip based.
In short, Reid has dropped out of post-secondary education multiple times. So he first went to culinary school after high school, but dipped after finding it boring.
So I actually started culinary school right out of high school at a junior college. It was an 8-hour class, 2 days a week, and I would finish everything in like 3 hours, and then I'd just be like wasting my time there because I have a big history of cooking. And so I dropped out of culinary school, and then I went into regular school.
Then he went to a community college called Santa Rosa Junior College, SRJC. He considered dropping out, but also talked about delaying it so that he could go to Spain at a reduced price.
Are you not trying to get your associates? No. Why are you even doing your classes anymore?
because I'm going to go to Barcelona next semester, and it's really cheap through the JC.
He did in fact drop it afterwards, barely paying attention in classes and likely not doing much coursework.
I hated it, and I fell asleep in every single class. And I just didn't feel like I was learning anything useful. And then at that point, I was going to drop out, but my family actually talked me into doing a study abroad semester in Barcelona, which it was a really good choice to get out of America, but I wish I didn't do it with the school, because I ended up just like not really doing any of the work, and the school was just a waste of my time. And if I just went for 3 months on my own, I would have had way more fun.
Given that the SRJC is only a short drive away from Screaming Mimi's, it's likely that he lived at home during that time. As for the semester in Spain, it cost around $8,000, and it's likely that his parents paid for it in an attempt to keep him in college. Keep in mind that his father, Kurt, really wanted Reid to stay in school. It seems to me that he went to Spain knowing that he wouldn't do the courses. In short, he actively exploited his father's belief in traditional educational systems so that he could have fun in Spain for a few months. After dropping out, he moved to Los Angeles, LA, and started to spend more time creating videos online. Reid has traveled quite a bit for someone who is broke. Not only has he gone to Spain, but he's been to Austria.
Yeah, we did a pretty similar thing.
Croatia.
In Split, I traveled with all the boys and then I just broke off with my closest roommate. We had a great time.
Czech Republic.
In Prague, my closest roommate and I, we met this girl from the United Arab Emirates.
England.
London, which I didn't like.
Estonia.
These 2 girls in my hostel and we went on like the pub crawl. It was super fun. It was one of the only times I don't like extremely regret drinking. I still regret it a little bit, but I don't regret it as much as I usually do. I think it's because we were dancing, because if you dance when you drink, the hangover is like non-existent. If I had to choose, I wouldn't choose it again, but it was part of the experience.
France.
Because I spent too much money in Lyon.
And Romania.
Bucharest. Went with my closest roommate.
In those countries, he drank alcohol as a teenager, partied in discotheques, and tried to have romantic experiences of sorts.
In this video, I talked about this girl I met in Estonia who flirted with me the whole night, and then it turned out she had a boyfriend. I talked about this girl that I met in a cafe in Paris, and we ended up having like the most wonderful first date. We clicked so well.
He's also gone to Hawaii during a family vacation. So far talked about how he's clearly from an affluent family that has provided him with a reasonably good job for someone with no experience, as well as many educational opportunities. Despite this, he constantly claims to be broke online. You've seen some clips of this earlier in the video. When told that he's not broke, or that claiming to be broke when he's not is offensive, he makes jokes about it and puts words in others' mouths. He also uses profanities instead of having an open mind trying to understand why they're saying these things.
You're the dumbass people that are saying that I'm pretending to be broke.
One of his arguments that he used to justify being broke is that he has no income and cannot get a credit card.
I just applied for a credit card. I applied for the lowest level, like you just got out of jail after like 20 years. Like, this is the credit card you get. I applied for that credit card, and I got denied because I don't have income. So if that doesn't tell, like, I don't know how else you can be broke if you can't get the felon credit card. If this is offensive, I just don't think it is. I also don't care. It's just not. Like, I'm sorry.
With over 5 years of customer service experience and being a native speaker of English, he should have absolutely no issue getting a job at a fast food establishment, for example. He could even just work weekends. He's also been offered money from a soda company. All that he had to do was take a sip of soda in a video. He could have even emptied it out and pretended to sip it.
Company is like, hey, it's like a bubbly drink. They want me to drink their drink in a video. They don't want me to actually sell it. They just want me to have it in a video and have it be visible. And I don't know.
However, he seemed to decline the offer. So what do we have here? First, his job is by choice. While others struggle to find employment, he willingly has no job. Second, he seems to be very comfortable having no income. People who are actually broke would gladly take a sip of soda for money. Not being broke, Reed is free to decline with little opportunity cost. In the absolute worst case scenario, Reed could just take over Mom and Dad's ice cream parlor. But no, he'd rather kill himself than do that. His words, not mine. On January 28th, 2024, he said that he had around $30,000 in the bank, but spent $4,500 of that on a course, which he says was around 16% of his money.
I saved up from a job that I worked since I was a kid, and I have a little less than $30K in the bank now because I just bought a really expensive course. The course was $4,500, which was like 16% or something of the money that I have. So, like, it's a big chunk.
Let us go back a week earlier to January 21st. He or she was attending a seminar with a man named Alex Elliott. And how much did this seminar cost? Anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 per ticket. Reid is being filmed interviewing a few men during the seminar, so he purchased at least 2 tickets. Perhaps he even bought the most expensive one. The website lacks clear information on that. That would be a total of $4,000. Remember that he's broke though. Now perhaps he had his cameraman, likely Fred Rowan, buy a ticket. But is having his friends spend that much money on a ticket really any better though? Would a broke person spend thousands of dollars on non-traditional education that has no track record of success or accreditation? Absolutely not. When you go to university and get a degree, that degree means something to employers. If he put on his resume that he spent anywhere between $1,000 and $4,000 on some seminar, or $4,500 on some course, would it impress an employer? Would it give the employer information about his experience and knowledge? No. He is able to make such a risky decision because he is not broke. So I've been thinking about Reid a whole lot. Let's quickly sum up what has occurred here. First, Reid has been given many education and financial opportunities from his family. He's also travelled around the world a bit and has been able to move states at a young age with no income. Despite that, he was and is willing to spend thousands of dollars on education from groups of people who promise success in an unorthodox way. After doing so and having a conversation with his father about it, he publicly disrespected his father in a video. Just watch.
I wish I knew this earlier because this would have saved me like hundreds of family arguments. Lately, talking to my family has been difficult. For context, I dropped out of college. I don't have much money or income, and I'm spending the little bit of money that I do have on courses and seminars and stuff. And my dad doesn't like that because he's a big college guy and he thinks I'm a little too cavalier about buying courses and events. So when we talk, all he does is tell me that I'm like too rigid, I have tunnel vision, and that I need to be more careful because I'm going to get scammed. And I used to try to argue and change his mind so that he would see it my way, and that didn't work a single time. And in my experience, if you have someone like that in your life, especially if they think they know better than you, you're just never going to change their mind. They're usually older than you too, because they have like 50 or 60 years of programming that's telling them that the world is a certain way. So instead of arguing back when a family member tells me that I'm missing opportunities or I'm too focused or whatever, it's so much easier to be like, you're right. And then you just move on. Like, bro, just let them think they're right until you prove them wrong. Like, it's so much less of a hassle.
Look at how he frames his father. According to him, his father has been programmed to believe certain things about the world. He also treats his father as an idiot who doesn't know what Reid knows about influencing, etc. So not only has he physically moved away from his family, but he has also distanced them socially and views anyone who disagrees with his beliefs about influencing as unintelligent or otherwise haters. He does not listen to those who disagree with him at all. This is interesting because he asks people to make sure that their audience feels understood. He also constantly remakes a video encouraging others to listen to understand, not to talk. In other words, he's blatantly not following his own advice.
I just wanted to say, if I ever repost a video, it's for two reasons. One, I mean, like, if I only repost the ones that do well, so it grows my account more. That's obvious. The second reason is if I like actually believe in the message. Like, the reason I've made fucking 10 different versions of the video of talking about that girl from Barcelona who was really good at listening, is because I think that's a good message that more people need to hear. Like, it's like really excellent advice. It's like life-changing advice.
It seems to me like he's joined a cult. He's spending large sums of money that he barely has in order to obtain knowledge for what he believes will result in a much happier life later on. He's also started to break ties with family members. He also believes that outsiders are simply wrong about what they think, not even attempting to understand why they have those beliefs, despite constantly preaching that people should listen to understand, not to respond. Do note too that he constantly preaches and gives advice as if he has some secret knowledge that only some know. However, let's take a step back. If you're watching Raid, I want you to close your eyes and go through a hypothetical scenario. Suppose that while you're doing content creation in LA, you get hit by a car or something. Now in a coma or otherwise hospitalized badly, you're unable to do anything. Perhaps some scheduled videos are going up, but you stopped liking comments and replying to them. You stop responding to texts, direct messages, and phone calls. Is Andy Elliott come to check up on you? No. Your parents are calling hospitals and looking for information about you. They've already called your friends and they've prepared to take a flight to LA to get more information. Your parents have your back. When your father tells you that you're making risky decisions, it's because he loves you. And if you decide to stop content creation, guess who's going to welcome you into their home, feed you, and help you readjust? Your parents, not Andy Elliott, Alex Hormozi, or any of your rich male idols. Well, that's the video. I'm going to end this with one of my favourite songs. This version, while not my favourite musically, is performed by 3 generations of Wilsons. As such, I feel that it is appropriate to end this. Thanks for listening. Peace. And maybe in a few years, Raid, you'll say, darn, maybe my old man was right.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you'll never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you.